Over the years, he's managed some of the biggest DJs in the world. Mark Ronson, DJ Cassidy, and the Misshapes, to name a few.
And now, after a decade in the business, Damon Degraff is preparing to take over the music industry.
Take over.
And now he's here to talk to us about how he's made mega bucks managing party rockers across the globe. Damon, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Hi, Damon. So good to see you again.
Wow, it's been a decade, huh?
Yes. The last time I saw
Dating myself.
Right. Sorry about that.
So the last time I saw you was for an interview that we did for the New York Times Style section. And back then, the world of DJ management was growing, but now it's exploded. Talk to us about the evolution.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when I first started, it was not that many. I mean, I think now it's to a point of where everybody and their mother is a DJ. I mean, literally. I guess it's a good thing. I mean, I guess it means that kind of what, I don't want to say I started, because I guess the culture's always been there, but you know, I guess it's a successful thing for people to try and be DJs at this point. So.
A lot of these DJs are becoming even bigger celebrities than the people that they spin. How do you explain that?
You know, I think it starts from the personality. I mean, that's how I kind of looked at it when I started with DJs. I kind of saw them as artists themselves. But I think with the culture of, say, the EDM movement now, these DJs are starting to make their own records and, you know, kind of market themselves as artists as well. So if you have a hit, you have a hit, you know? So the kids, the crowd, the people want to kind of see. You sell tickets, you know, you're on the radio, you remix a Rihanna record, it kind of changes your life, so.
So tell me, how many DJs do you currently manage, and how busy does that get for you in your schedule? Because we talk to DJs who are DJing like every single night.
Yeah, I mean, we have a roster now of like 13.
Wow.
Okay.
But it's not just me. I mean, I have a partner, I have a staff. I mean, I could never do that on like my own. But, you know, it's been, since the last time we talked, a lot has changed, and
so let's
in
get
a positive way, you know?
Let's get a little personal then. Out of these 13 DJs, we got to know this, because they're surviving on just being a DJ. So how much per gig can a DJ make?
You don't have to give us a range.
Yeah, you don't have to say the person's name either.
It kind of really depends on the client and kind of what they do. I mean, it ranges, and I'm obviously going to be political with it, but it ranges from, I mean, we do corporate and celebrity, but then we also do ticketed gigs as well.
Okay.
So sometimes if it's a ticketed gig and you're, you know, playing for 100,000 people, your rate is ideally higher because you're selling a ticket.
Higher as in?
I mean, you know, some can range up into 6 figures.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
For one gig?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. And
I
then
mean,
your company pulls in, what, 15, 20% as management?
We like to take 20%.
I like that. I like that. I think I need to come work for you.
Really?
You know, we're kind of looking right now, so.
Okay.
You know.
But Damon, you were actually one of the pioneers of this industry, because before you came along, people weren't really, DJs didn't really have managers. They were sort of booking their own gigs and setting up and looking for their own jobs.
Right. You know, I guess I was blessed to kind of fall into a situation to where, you know, I started managing a DJ by the name of Mark Ronson, who's gone on to become a very successful producer. But I think at the time, it hadn't evolved to that yet. And I think I kind of looked at it and said, hey, well, these are artists, these are talented musicians as well, kind of creating within this space. They need somebody to kind of represent and help kind of connect the dots. Hence, we created DGI.
So what did you see that other people didn't see in the industry? Because a lot of people thought you were crazy when you said you were going to be a DJ manager.
Well, people did tell me that I was crazy. They were like, there's no money in this, like
Really?
What are you doing? But I saw different, I think, because I was so hands-on with it at the time, and I think I was young and kind of interested in the culture as well. So I didn't just look at the money, I kind of looked at more, I guess, of how they change the crowd or change the client's ideas of a party and just kind of move forward with that, you know, so.
But why DJs, though? Because were you ever a DJ, or did you have a love for music, or was it just a need for it?
I'm originally from Bermuda, and I started DJing. I had my sound system. So as you know, like reggae is big in like the islands. Yeah. So I had my sound system, and I you know, but I never thought I would be doing this at all. Like I didn't even know this existed. And it just so happened, I think I was at a company, and they managed D'Angelo and Mark Ronson, and D'Angelo, everybody wanted to be with him. It was his first album in 5 years. And I was like, well, I'll go with the other guy because it seemed more within my space, and we grew from there pretty much. So.
And Mark Ronson went on to produce people
yeah,
like...
I mean, he's like Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse.
And, you know, you name it, won Producer of the Year for like at the Grammys. So yeah, he's going on to be very successful.
Yeah.
So when you're going out and scouting for these DJs, what exactly are you looking for in a potential client?
I mean, to be honest, and not to toot my own horn, but at this point, we don't really have to look. I think just
like that.
because.
Excuse me.
No. But just meaning
We don't go to them, they come to us.
No, but just meaning because I think a lot of the work that I put in early is kind of, I've been able to reap the benefits now. So because of what we've done and be able to make, you know, different artists successful, you get other clients coming or looking to you for your expertise in helping them. But, you know, if I had to, I would say honestly, I want somebody that's unique, you know, somebody that definitely has their own style and, you know, kind of knows how to rock and, you know, very confident with themselves as well, so.
Well, what is the key to rocking? You said they got to know how to rock. So what's the key to rocking out a party and doing it successfully when people are always on the floor? You go to some parties and the floor clears out after the line dance, and then you got to really work to get those people on the floor. So
Well, I mean, I would say honestly, it's knowing your crowd, you know, and being able to adapt to your situation, you know, because, you know, many times you think one thing might go right, or, you know, you set a playlist, you know, which I don't really advise that many DJs to do because I feel like the real ones know how to move. But I feel like, you know, because it could change at any point. I mean, you know, you're dealing with the crowd or you're dealing with masses, so at any point within the night, you know, who knows? You get drunk, you see a girl, you do whatever. You know what I mean? Like things just change within the scope of like a party. So you want to be able to kind of adjust to however the crowd moves. So, I mean, you always want to be a little prepared. And I think, you know, kind of knowing your audience, but it can change at any time.
You've got to be able to improvise and be spontaneous.
And be spontaneous.
Well, what about swagger? Because a lot of these DJs, they got their own style, their own look, and they're like Lola said, their own personality.
Right. Well, like I said, that's kind of how I looked at it, is I looked at them as being artists. So I looked at them like they have to have their own personality. And I advise for any DJ out there who wants to really get into it is you want to create your own identity. You want to have your own swag. It's like, I don't want to look like you as you don't want to look like the other person. Everybody wants to be their own individual, so.
Now, over the years, you've had some really amazing experiences. I remember during our interview, you talked about going to South Africa with
that was
DJ
amazing.
Cassidy,
Yes, that was
and
really
he
amazing.
DJ'd Oprah's New Year's party. I mean, that's a big deal.
That was probably like one of the highlights of my life, yeah.
What are some of the other highlights, and what are some of the perks that come along with being you, Mr. Degraff?
I would say another big highlight, I think we did John Travolta's like 50th birthday, which was like incredible. Wow. I mean, you have to think of like every major celebrity, but I mean like, you know, like the Oprahs and the Tom Cruises and all these people, you're just in a room, you're kind of looking like, wow, it's like, you know, Michael McDonald performing like the OJ. You're like, it's just like really, you know? And I mean, those are probably my two biggest highlights. I mean, the perks, I would just say access.
Access.
You know, I mean, I guess everybody wants access, but you know, but now the DJ is the item to have or be involved with. So, you know, it opens up many doors for you. So.
And because you're the middleman, they have to go through you.
Because you're the middleman, you know.
And they have to make it worth your while, too.
Make it worth
First
my
class
while.
tickets,
Yeah.
luxury hotel suite.
I like that. He's like, yes,
Courtside
all
at
that.
the Knicks games.
Well, yeah, you know.
It comes with the territory. Someone's got to do it,
It
right?
comes with the territory, yeah.
The models and the bottles.
Oh, models and bottles.
Well,
like
I don't
that.
do that so much. I leave that to the artist, but, you know.
Okay, but when you
Access.
were an
Access.
artist, well, let me ask this. When you were an artist, what was your DJ name?
Well, it was, you know, it's a funny story.
Uh-oh, this is a
come
good
on,
one.
dig
No. So I wanted to be like, you know, because in the islands, like you make these things called dub plates, which are kind of like, you know, because you're clashing another sound system. So I was like the singer in like my sound, so I wanted to be this like singer crazy story. So.
Wait, you were a singer? I didn't know that.
No, I wanted to be a singer.
Okay.
It never panned out.
So you couldn't sing, is that what you're saying?
I could sing.
Okay.
But it just never panned out.
Okay,
Okay.
So I kind of swayed to more the business side. But I called myself Sparrow.
Sparrow. That's interesting. Meaning?
Because birds sing.
Yeah.
And there was a famous soca artist called the Mighty Sparrow. So I kind of, you know, stole his name some because I was a fan, but it never panned out, so.
So you were going to be DJ Sparrow on the ones and twos.
Not even DJ, it was just going to be Sparrow.
The Sparrow.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
That's beautiful, actually.
You know, I might have to pick that back up at some point.
Well, that didn't
watch
work
that.
out, but clearly this has worked out. So
Yeah.
what's next for you?
I mean, there's a lot going on. I mean, I like dabble some in like DJing now. You know, kind of back to it just because it's fun. I have a show on Radio Lily, you know, where I spin like reggae every Wednesday, 8 to 10 if you want to listen.
And you're branching out beyond managing DJs as
Now,
well.
right, so now we have photographers, we have an artist, we have some producers. The DJs now are also making music. You know, we started a like label to kind of put these things out as well. So, you know, we're kind of moving forward. You know, I've been blessed to be able to have the opportunity to kind of start something and then continue to evolve with it, you know, for over 10 years. Been blessed.
Well, as you continue to evolve, we wish you much success in all that you guys are doing.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
All right.
Thank
and
you.
if you guys have any wonderful DJs that we need to know about, tweet us at Arise TV 360.